I just don't see. I see that being a trend still, though, Alex, where they're going to keep raising these prices of tickets and everything, and continue to price people out, and it's just going to be a shell game from now on.
Yeah, it's just a damn shame, because what do we have on the card for SummerSlam? We've got Liv versus Io, which they did, spend some time this week, doing some stuff with on Raw during the women's IC match, right?
Yeah, with the shenanigans.
We got Brock versus Oba in the Hell in a Cell, and Oba cut a fantastic promo, showing why he is definitely the man. We got Roman versus Seth, which is just, at this point, kind of nostalgia bait. It's not like we haven't seen it before. We've got Penta versus whoever wins the gauntlet match, and then Punk versus Cody. So we still have 2 nights for SummerSlam.
Yeah, but hey, remember, for every 20 minutes of wrestling, Alex, there's 30 to 35 minutes of commercials. I was literally about to play while I waited for you.
I saw it pop up as I was booting up while I was doing my last checks to make sure that my light still worked and everything. Yeah,
I was like, all right. I was waiting forever for 2 people to download the mod that was needed. Otherwise, I would have already been in the match.
Dude, I don't know if this is like a me glitch or if this is like a game glitch, but if I have like the paint menu open when someone selects a level and I have to download a mod, it locks me out. It's you too?
My goodness, Alex, that I just experienced that for the first time. Literally, I had to I think I clicked it about 12 times before it finally responded and allowed me to download the mod. Yeah.
No, I've just learned my lesson. If I'm doing any modded gameplay in there, I'm never opening the paint menu until I'm loaded into a level.
Yep. Yeah, especially if you're the hunter while you're waiting, just paint yourself. So
fuck that.
Such a good game.
Oh, it's so silly and fun.
It is.
We can talk about that when we actually play the game. We should actually do the podcast, and I've got some issues. I'm sure you do as well. Lot of big changes this week. Seeing a lot of uproar about a certain individual taking a title championship away from someone after 9 days, but I am seeing nothing about the Street Profits being disrespected on their short reign. Nothing.
Okay, thank you.
Nobody's saying shit. What the fuck?
That made me really mad. I won't lie. I was enjoying having the Street Profits on top.
Yeah.
Obviously, shenanigans took place. Otherwise, the Vision is not a good enough team to actually pull it off.
No.
Like, Braun Breaker is the one holding the team up, and that's not enough.
I'm praying for a Bronson Reed return soon, because let's face it, if you don't have Braun Breaker, you don't have Bronson Reed, you're left with Austin Theory and Logan Paul, 2 charisma vacuums, and now Maxine Dupree.
Which, don't get me wrong, I think the diamond in the rough of all this is that I think Paul Heyman and Maxine will split off. This is my theory. It's my Austin theory, Alex. That they will split off and he will be in her corner for a while.
I don't see it happening, because I don't see WWE putting enough of a push behind Maxine Dupree. Particularly because she's being saddled with Austin Theory, and they're doing reheated nachos, Rhea and Dom, or Liv and Dom, or Dom and any other person that they decide to pair him with in the future.
But we'll have to wait and see, though, because it very much everybody, Maxine comes out and strips, basically screws over
we get a low Profits. We get a low blow on Dawkins, and then an immediate roll up.
Yeah. But then backstage, they're celebrating and everything. And here comes Paul Heyman. And he says congratulations and then says at least someone's doing something around here or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, thanks. And he's like, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her.
Yeah.
That right there, it made me think, Alex.
I know. You'd be forgiven for Austin Theory thinking that Paul Heyman was talking to him, considering he was looking directly at Austin Theory and not at Maxine whatsoever while saying that sentence.
Yeah. I think it's because it's, again, theory time. I feel like we're going to get a very like all the way into heel mode Maxine.
Well, obviously she went full blown end of Grease, looking like Sandy, whatever her name is.
Yeah, I wonder if that was actually a legitimate homage to it to some degree or not.
I just think that's what they do when
too.
Anytime a female wrestler turns heel, they're like, okay, you got to do the change. You got to wear leather, and we got to grease up your hair. Yeah, we gotta
throw some hairspray in there. Give it that nice 1986 look.
Give you some curls.
Yep. But I wouldn't be mad if Paul Heyman, did a twist, broke up the Vision by going with Maxine and being in her corner and have her maybe focus less on her expertise in the ring that she's still working on, and have her lean into more heel shit and do some dirty shit to get by.
I mean, let's face it, like her first real big storyline on the main roster post, her brother disappearing for no reason, was that she's a crap wrestler and she needs to get better. And then they tried to skirt around that.
They did. It wasn't wrong. Like she still has to work on her stuff, obviously. But I was proud.
Everybody does. Everybody does. Let's face it. Everybody can be better, but it shouldn't be a storyline that somebody's crap. Okay.
No, I'll give it to you. Give it to you. I think it would have worked better had there been an outcome where we see like a legitimate upgrade in level. Where we did technically see a legitimate upgrade in level, but just such a minor one that it was infinitesimal.
And a short IC title reign doesn't really just wash away everything.
No, but I think that during that reign, had she shown more skill, things would be a little bit different right now.
Yeah.
But still, I think her being a full-blown heel and worrying less about expertise in the ring and doing more shenanigans to win with Paul Heyman on her side, I think that could be fun.
Yeah, me personally, I'm actually leaning more towards Paul Heyman siding with Oba Femi after SummerSlam and he faces off against Brock, because Brock should retire permanently after SummerSlam, and Brock should just screw you, Paul, you didn't help me, or doesn't even fucking matter. But Paul Heyman should immediately be like, Oba Femi's the next big thing. I need to be the advocate for Oba Femi, because that's like his character is always like, grabbing onto the coattails of a bigger star that can carry him on. Like that's more interesting to me, to stick to his character and end up screwing him over in the end when like Oba decides, I don't need you, Paul Heyman. I'm going after, whatever championship at WrestleMania.
What if we compromise and both of ours come true at the same time?
Yeah.
And he starts a new stable.
A new stable? Instead of the Vision?
Max Femi.
Max Femi?
Yeah.
The maximum of a feminist. Maximum feminist.
Yo. Yo. But no, I obviously, if we're going into his character, that does make sense for him to betray Brock and then move over to Oba.
Yeah.
Or try to, at least. But
yeah, like
I think going with Maxine would be, oh yeah, if it's going to happen at SummerSlam, no doubt. I would enjoy Paul Heyman being with Maxine and breaking off from the Vision and destroying it and all that, and like doing what Seth couldn't do, essentially.
I mean, speaking of Seth, he opens our show on Raw this week and goes on for like, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
And like, I don't have much sympathy for the creative at the moment, throwing him out there with just nothing and trying to make most of it. Like, you got a red hot Chicago crowd, obviously excited. They give Seth a lot of grace from the beginning, but he has lost them before he's even halfway through this fucking promo, and it is saved by one Los Angeles night, hands down.
Yeah, 100%. This was boring after like a minute, like literally.
I mean, it's not even the annoying Seth promos where he's doing his cackling and like lauding it up. I'm a visionary, revolutionary, hitting all of his catchphrases. It's just a boring promo.
Seemed tired, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Seemed real tired. And then it actually heated up once LA Knight came out. I don't know, like it makes you realize more and more that LA Knight should be at the top.
He really should be, and he's getting like the meta kayfabe angle here, tearing apart Roman and Seth at the same time, calling each other brother. Let's get the same haircuts, brother. Oh, why don't we get the same two beards, brother? There was a moment where I thought Seth was gonna break. I thought he was gonna corpse in the middle of that thing, and then his only response was, "You done," and it just made him look so small in that moment.
You're gonna think I'm really small too, because while we were sitting there watching this, I said, "You done?" And then Seth said it, and Christina looked at me, and I was like, "No, I can just tell what they're gonna say."
Yeah, they get a bit predictable. It was very much reminiscent of that, like CM Punk Triple H back and forth in the ring, where Triple H has just got that little smirk on his face when he's wearing that suit that's been gift to death, and he had no real response, and it was just like, okay, whatever, bro. And then the button on the segment is Jimmy Uso comes from nowhere and super kicks LA Knight.
Yeah, which I'm fine with overall, I guess. I just didn't think it was needed.
No,
technically, like, I don't know, like the segment was already saved by LA Knight. I guess this is a way to kind of like put an end to it, like stomp it out of existence, the promo. But I don't know, I feel like they just use Jimmy for little spots and they don't really use him for anything else anymore.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Jay. You could say the same thing about Jacob Fatu. Like, he's been held in reserve only for the sake of like, hey, let's get a monster reaction for a clippable moment where, you know, you beat the piss out of a celebrity or you sneak attack somebody backstage. That's it.
Like I want Jimmy to go on like this dadly run and like be like the dad of WWE with one of the belts for a bit, you know?
I don't know. I'm not interested in any of the members of the Bloodline right now.
Well, I'd want him to not be part of the Bloodline during that. I'd like a Jimmy on his own for a little bit.
Oh,
let's replay the storyline where Roman's like super toxic and just keeps just bullying Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, I've had enough. It's time for me to be on my own. It's, you know what? It's just me, Oos.
Just, oh God. It's funny because he had a match on the show and like they played his music and I forgot that Jimmy had his own music.
Yeah.
Because it's so rare that we hear it.
And he did wear an outfit for in honor of his wife too.
Yeah.
The caution tape on the outfit. That was fun. You know, that was cool.
That's cute. It's fine. It's just like it's given very like he's still wearing that shirt that does him no favors.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. It has that basketball jersey vibe, but it also has just muscle shirt vibes from like 2002.
Yeah.
So
it's not a lot going on there. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Unforgiving of an outfit, you know, like it doesn't really accentuate anything. Not that there's much to go on there, because both like Jimmy and Jay have kind of hit like dad bod mode.
Yeah. He should lean into being a dad. So I think
mean, he should. He probably
I think
won't.
WWE is missing a dad.
They're missing a dad.
Yeah.
What about Daddy Dom?
No, he's a daddy. That's different. That's different.
Yeah. Oh God. But you know, more shenanigans also happen with factions on Raw, because that's what it is now. We've got Judgment Day trying to get revenge on Danhausen, still trying to get their money back. Doesn't really lead to anything, just to serve the hype up the Saturday night's main event with JD McDonough versus Danhausen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I really thought JD was gonna stay zapped and like revert to some sort of zombie version of his character, like Kit and Miz.
You're asking for too much consistency between shows on a week-to-week basis, Derek.
Just think of how hard this promo would have hit. How much harder it would have hit, though, Helix, had Dom been trying to do all the talking, but JD just keeps throwing out catchphrases randomly.
Here's a challenge for you. Can you name any of JD McDonough's catchphrases?
Look at my big head.
Can you
I'm a
name
baby.
any gimmicks he had before the Judgment Day?
Yeah, the Millennium Baby.
The Millennium Baby. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot he replaced Big Show's New Year's Baby.
Yep. They saved on diapers. So.
Yeah. Thankfully, we had a women's IC match. Sol Ruca, Raquel, because for reasons she says, "Hey, Judgment Day needs to stay back here, and I'm gonna handle this on my own." So of course, that's not what happens whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't get me wrong. We've talked about this many times for weeks. She needs to go out on her own. Like Raquel would be better off defeating Liv in many respects. Not going after this belt.
I like them together as a tag team and not really anywhere else.
I feel like, and I've said this almost every week. Like the Judgment Day is just kind of meh, and it needs to split. And I feel like Raquel's one of those that needs to leave.
I mean, it lasted longer than the Confederacy, so like, why not?
That's a fair point. Dear Lord. Which is kind of easy to do. Like if you get through high school, you basically lasted longer than the Confederacy.
I mean, WCW did it in entirety. Why aren't there statues of Sting everywhere, huh? Ask me that.
Because then you'd also have to add the pillar would be like 20 feet tall, Alex, because he's up in the rafters. So
that's not a bad option.
Looking down at us like Batman.
Yeah, just every arena in the South has like everywhere, every stadium, arena, and theater in Greensboro needs to have like at least a cardboard cutout of Sting in the rafters. At least.
Like you can go full gargoyle with it. Like have them on the corners of the building. Or like every 10 feet if it's a round building facing out.
Yeah, why not? Honestly, these are the things our public funds from taxes should be used for. Yeah.
Dude, you could have like Macho Man Randy Savage robots like pointing which way to go and be crossing guards.
Oh, I would love that. No.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Joke. That would be amazing.
You need to stop, brother.
I'm trying to think of other things that actually happened on the show that are worth talking about other than the main event. And honestly, there was a tag team match with Ethan Page and Rusev taking on Gable and Dragon Lee.
I like this actually.
Yeah.
I feel like this is another one of those situations, Alex, where the wrestlers are making chicken salad out of chicken shit, like we were talking about the other week.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Gable, while on this hot streak right now, they're not really allowing him to rise.
No.
And so if we're gonna get something, at least it's something like this, because then you also have someone like Ethan Page, who is an up and comer.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you yourself have turned the corner on him.
Yeah. No, I feel like once he got more comfortable in the ring and he started kind of just being himself in the ring more, that was it. Because everything else he had already, just like Trick. Trick was another one where it's like he has everything, but he just bores me in the ring.
Yeah.
Ethan's made a good storyline out of all of this, and I don't feel like this was creative whatsoever.
And honestly, like I feel like Dragon Lee and Chad Gable are in the same spot right now, where like they have connected with the crowd, they can wrestle like monsters, they just don't know where to put them. Like they don't have a story for them, and it's a damn shame because like they're just gonna end up sitting in the mid card for too long of their careers, and nobody's gonna strike when the iron's hot like they always do with everybody that's not named Roman, Seth, CM Punk, or Cody.
Yeah. Because this is like the perfect moment for Chad to move up like that. And when AJ retired and Dragon Lee, which he's still on right now, but started to go on his tear.
Yeah.
These were the times to bring them up.
Or do something more than just like, here's a mid-card match.
Yeah. Like these guys could be openers. These guys could be closers. You could make like a whole storyline about bringing more weight to the IC belt, and everybody, including Penta and all that, is making it worth more than the heavyweight or the undisputed.
Well, that's the thing too, because like all these guys are in that conversation for the IC belt. Like they're all going to be in that match together.
Yep. Number one contender match. Yeah.
And like, okay, that's great. That's something. But like, why are we like doing this ahead of that? Like,
because they don't have any other ideas, like creative, so they said do something.
I know. Like I feel like at this point in time, if they're doing the number one contenders match with all of these guys in there, all of them mixed up, they should be setting it up, you know, where, okay, there is different rivalries happening with different, you know, competitors in there. Not just like, oh, you know, Rusev and Ethan Page are tight, you know, they're boys. Like, shouldn't it be like, okay, Chad Gable and Ethan Page have like an axe to grind against each other. So going into that match, we know that there's tension between the two of them. And then, you know, say one of them does win. Instant rival, like instant feud after one of them would win it, you know? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, crap, like they still have the Judgment Day rivalry with Chad to finish up.
He still hasn't said like finished his like I'm sorry's or whatever.
Right. Like this stuff should have already like been happening week to week, whether it be on Raw or SmackDown. It like have him be like Oba, where he just jumps to each one.
Yeah, just hopping around, doing his thing. Like he needs, like we haven't gotten the epilogue of the El Grande Americano storyline wrapped up. It's just, oh no, we're just moving on. So therefore, I have no reason to believe that Chad Gable can now move forward in his career. You know?
Yeah, like I want a Chad Gable moving around to all three of their promotions, Raw, SmackDown, and AAA, where he can easily have storylines. Because like I feel like a penultimate kind of bit to him saying sorry is going up against El Grande Americano as Chad Gable.
Or, you know, as we saw on AAA over the weekend, save El Grande Americano when he gets jumped by the new heel faction. Well, not new, but the reformed heel faction in AAA.
Yeah. Perros del Mal.
Yeah. Maybe that could have been something. No, we're not doing that. That's not happening. Come on.
No. No, you need someone a little bit more dirty to protect you.
Or
at least say they're gonna
try, maybe attempt, or just show up, make an appearance. Who knows?
Who knows?
All right, let's cover the main story of Raw that started out in the beginning of the show, was carried out throughout, which I enjoyed the aspect of them attempting to have like an episodic like storyline throughout the show, right? Because we opened up with Sami making his entrance. Like, God, he was so good ever since he won the belt off Cody, to just be like kind of petty about it and celebrating at the same time. It was wonderful. And he comes face to face with Cody right at the top of the show. They're like, Cody being the ultra American Nightmare babyface of like, I just want to wish you good luck, it's gonna be a tough fought victory, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Gets jumped by Gunther, gets his head caved in the car door, and there's so many logic gaps right from this moment. Okay, number one, why is Gunther at Raw? Isn't he signed to SmackDown? Number two, Nick Aldis is also there. You're both coming back off of being suspended, and you're on each other, like you're on the opposite show.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We are.
That's just like one floor level jump right there. That's you just hurt your ankles a little bit if you don't roll. So far we're okay-ish.
I know.
Keep going.
Yeah. So we spend the next hour and 45 minutes of this show playing with this idea. First, it is Cody is getting checked out by medical, and we don't have a report to give. Then it's Cody's not cleared. Okay. Sami, I love you for this, playing it off of like, oh, I guess I don't have to defend the title, isn't that wonderful? And then he is interrupted by so many different. This is so much convolution to get to the point of where we get to for our main event. We have dueling GMs who are pissing in each other's cornflakes about this, because
no, this is straight in each other's mouths.
It's straight in each other's mouths because both of them are trying to big dog each other throughout the night, with all of this happening. Adam Pearce is pissed off at Nick Aldis for getting suspended and having to cover his show. Nick Aldis is pissed off at Adam Pearce for taking his wrestlers from SmackDown and putting them on Raw in a WWE Undisputed title match. Both of them are pissed off at each other for Gunther screwing over both of them and going over each other's heads back and forth. And then it's capped off with Nick Aldis being like, I fixed this. I fixed your main event. Okay. I've got somebody to fill in the slot. Mystery opponent in Chicago. Who could it be?
My first thought was Doink the Clown.
My first thought, one Big Billiam, Big Cass.
Yeah, that'd be great. Great.
Or a Damian Priest. Or
but didn't we just see him in AAA?
Yeah, we did. Who fucking cares? Now
who could it be?
Who could it be? Now, we've got Sami making his entrance. He is, completely just lost on who it could be. He, no suspicion whatsoever by Sami.
Correct.
I am giving Sami so much credit. He has turned it up to 11 with all of his characteristics, all of his mannerisms during this very, albeit short, title run. He was wonderful throughout all of this. I'm going to give him all the credit in the world for that. But the suspension of disbelief from Michael Cole on commentary, when it's revealed that it's CM Punk, is insulting. It's
A little bit.
so insulting. I want to reach through my screen, rip that headset off of his head, and slap him fucking silly sometimes. This is one of those times.
Yeah. If you couldn't have guessed that it was going to be Punk, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but you're playing a role, Adam Cole. You have to be like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if what's his face was still around, Cole's best friend.
Oh, Pat McAfee.
Yeah, Pat McAfee.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been like, oh, what the hell? Now, granted, he would have been stoned out of his mind, so
yeah,
it would have worked.
Yeah,
but
he would have taken an edible at the start of the show.
he would have legitimately forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So that the surprise would have been real again.
Yeah. Look, Punk and Sami at least gave us a decent match out of this.
Oh, they put on a fucking clinic, Alex.
Yeah, like they both turned it on. Like there was a little bit of like uncertainty at the beginning because we definitely had like, Red Hot Chicago crowd popping for CM Punk, obviously. And we get the little bit of back and forth right at the beginning. I really loved Sami immediately just like pie facing Punk, while he's just gotten into the ring. I love that. That was great, showing intensity from fucking Sami. And then like the match starts and they just fucking turned it on. They're like, you know what? Let's give him a fucking go, And I was on the hook for the match. It felt great. And even like, I know it feels like kind of an irrelevant, fucking transitional championship for Sami Zayn, and it feels kind of like an insult for him. He gave it his fucking best,
If you're gonna lose the belt,
lose
this
big.
is how you lose. Yeah, this is how you lose because Sami. I thought Sami was going to win. I'm not going to lie to you. There was a couple of points where I was like, holy shit, is Sami actually going to overcome Punk in Chicago? Because he's invincible in Chicago.
Dude, the GTS into the Blue Thunder Bomb and him going for the pin, I was internally screaming. I'm like, Sami, the Blue Thunder Bomb never gives you the win. I don't care what you do before it. You got to follow up with something else.
In that moment, Alex, I was a believer. I'm not going to lie. When he did that, I was like, oh shit, is this actually going to work?
Is this the time it works?
Yeah. Yeah, no, like no joke. I was believing for a little bit. Like if you're going to lose, this is how you lose, because he used the GTS against Punk. What else did he do? It was well, I guess he did it multiple times, but the haluva kick that he did in the corner was great.
He never landed the haluva kick. Punk dodged it.
Right.
At the last moment. He dodged
it.
Every like they kept the haluva kick protected, at least in this aspect of like he never really got the haluva kick into a pin.
You're right. I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah. And
I didn't actually. I thought he landed one. I'm like, no.
Punk landed the haluva kick and then did the GTS to him.
Oh, that's yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
all mixed up on this match. I had it backwards.
There was a lot happening in this match that I really appreciated. The Anaconda Vice exchange was really great because there was a lot of Sami fighting out of it with his leg, where he's trying to push Punk out of it and reverse it into another mission. And they did a great job of making it look like an actual struggle between the two of them. They're two very good world-class wrestlers, thankfully, that got to wrestle.
True. Like we got to lean into Sami being a zombie, where if you don't take the head out, like he just keeps coming for you.
Yeah.
The Chicago crowd definitely let Sami know he lost.
Yeah,
for sure.
Big surprise.
There was that little backstage moment where he's screaming at the crowd and like throws a cup or something.
I know. I would hate to be a water bottle anywhere near the vicinity of Sami Zayn for the next several weeks. There was also a very passionate promo that went to social media and was replayed on SmackDown from Sami post show. Very, tight on the face, and he was allowed to curse, which I very much appreciated that they got, out there and people got to see, keeping Sami alive, so to speak.
I think this is a nice setup for Sami to take the belt back if they wanted to run that. This it was a hell of a close match. Close enough. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, it feels like you could, step up a rematch on this bit, right?
Yeah, like a steel cage, even just like a ladder match.
Or
dude,
a falls count anywhere. Maybe Iron Man would be good for the both of them.
That would be fun. Inferno match. Sure.
We can't do that. We don't have a Kane or an Undertaker on the roster anymore.
We have a Sami Zayn. He just has to get a ska band to play live and have the fire shoot up with the bass.
Yeah. Look, let's immediately go into SmackDown because that's what they do in WWE, because we opened up SmackDown with a recap of Raw in case you missed it. And we have Nick Aldis welcome CM Punk to the ring. Summer of Punk, number 4, 5, whatever we're on now, actually, instead of 2, has kicked off. And we get a very straightforward, kind of generic babyface promo from CM Punk. And he is interrupted after he names all of the people he could face. Gunther, Finn Balor, Royce Keys, Damian Priest, Trick Williams. All these names that, he hasn't really faced off except for, Gunther and Finn. But had excellent matches with. He is interrupted by Cody Rhodes, who is making the strong choice of not having a waistcoat, not having a jacket, instead rocking the suspenders and no tie look at the beginning of the show. I mean, it's been hot out. I'll give him that. But
very Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. We get the face-to-face between these two. Something that has been teased, very well previously by the pair of them. Just for a nothing exchange of like, I want a match. Okay, you can have a match. Like, I am so irritated with this. If this was your intention for SummerSlam, why even bother spending that extra week on the Sami Transitional Championship run? Why not spend that extra week building this feud, building this match?
Why? Because creative is dead, Alex.
I hate that this is how we get this match, because both of these guys, I have full faith in being able to talk us into wanting to see this match without doing any sort of title change shenanigans in between time.
I honestly would have preferred Punk taking the belt straight off of Cody.
Right?
That I think would have hit harder.
Yes.
This whole transitional thing, it just seems like not only a petty move, but just a not thought out maneuver.
It really just felt like, let's get a Sami title reign out of the way in his career, and then we can go on and do whatever we want, what we plan on doing.
I mean, they might be listening to the fans and everything when we all talk about how we prefer Cody being the underdog and having a reason to fight and a reason to push forward. And in a sense, this does give us that, but it's chopped off at the fucking knees.
Like, honestly, this just feels like something that they've held in their back pocket for a while that they could have used. And now they're just like, well, we can't capitalize on it when it was red hot because we had to do, Cody versus Roman, for the umpteenth time before that. So now we're going to get to it now. Like, we're we're just checking off a box to say that we did it instead of like actually making it mean something.
Yeah, because like you have stuff to work off of with Cody and Punk getting each other's way and stuff, like with Survivor Games, and there's other moments as well that I can't think of off the top of my head where Punk is like straight up looked at him and was like, I'm coming for you.
He said, I'm a friend, so I'm not going to stab you in the back. I'm going to stab you in the front.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Like, why not? Just
like, I don't know. Like, you have so much material there, especially through all the crap with Roman that Punk has been involved in.
Yeah. He got his nose stuck in there. He did.
Yeah. Like, go play off of that. That would be hella more fun. And would give a good reason to why Cody needs to go after Punk.
But instead, it's just, our story is, I'm Cody Rhodes. I deserve a title shot.
Basically. Yeah. Basically. Which, don't get me wrong, I feel like the show they'll put on is likely going to be a banger.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't like the road to it so far. So. Yeah.
And so to speak, most people, it seems, are not willing to empty out their savings account or take out a loan to go see the show at SummerSlam, because I think at time of recording, they've moved 22,000 tickets per night.
Yeah. Sheamus even said he couldn't afford it now. So.
Oh, big old Shamo, the fella. God.
I just don't see, I see that being a trend still though, Alex, where they're going to keep raising these prices of tickets and everything and continue to price people out. And it's just going to be a shell game from now on.
Yeah. It's just a damn shame, because what do we have on the card for SummerSlam? We've got Liv versus Io, which they did, spend some time this week, doing some stuff with on Raw during the women's IC match, right?
Yeah, with the shenanigans.
We got Brock versus Oba in the Hell in a Cell, and Oba cut a fantastic promo, showing why he is definitely the man. We got Roman versus Seth, which is just, at this point, kind of nostalgia bait. It's not like we haven't seen it before. We've got Penta versus whoever wins the gauntlet match, and then Punk versus Cody. So we still have 2 nights for SummerSlam.
Yeah, but hey, remember, for every 20 minutes of wrestling, Alex, there's 30 to 35 minutes of commercials.
That's putting it lightly, because there's also including the entrances in that time for wrestling allocated.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yes, and for every wrestler entrance, which is like probably 10 minutes each, there is 35 minutes of commercials.
Yeah, God. Well, we still got like 2 weeks to get there.
Yeah, and in that 2 weeks, Alex, for every minute, there's 35 minutes of commercials.
I hope within those 35 minutes of commercials over the course of, whatever a lot of time, Joe Tessitore learns how to pronounce Lou Malnati's.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. It's not hard.
It's not hard at all. Didn't know what the fuck he said at first.
Yeah. Oh, God. Speaking of things we don't know what the fuck's going on, we got Finn Balor facing off against one of the Tongas, Tama this time, not Tala. I don't know what we're doing with the Tongas, considering they've split off from the MFTs, and we haven't given them a lot of time to sort of state what they want their intentions to be. It seems like they're just out to settle old scores in the form of stuff that they did in New Japan, but we haven't really delved too deep on WWE programming.
Yeah, they would have been wise to, I don't know, like ask for the footage from the New Japan days, not all of it, but just some of it. to make a highlight reel real quick to bring everybody up to speed.
I know it's feeling very much if you know type of booking.
Yeah. See, that's one of the upsides that is fun about AEW. Like that shit that happened outside of those rings for AEW still happen, and they talk about it.
Oh, I mean, they name dropped New Japan, right?
Yeah. It was brought up, but there was nothing more to show you. So, like, you're left with your imagination.
Yeah. I don't know. It's strange style of booking of like, hey, here's stuff that happened, but we're not going to go into detail and tell you why it's important. Just know that stuff happened and it's important type of booking. Yeah,
it's like there's a club or something, Alex, like that they could talk about.
It's so strange for it to happen in WWE, where technically, historically, over the years, they have over-explained every story beat and repeated it, sometimes 3 times in a row in about a span of 10 minutes.
While also having the words play for you. So if you can't hear it, you can read it.
Right? It's just very strange to me. It just feels so out of place.
It does to me too, especially because like you could play off of this so easily between Finn and Tama. Like you could have a grand old rivalry out of this that could be a main event. Like,
yeah, give us a reason for why these guys from the MFTs are still here.
That too. Why are these pandas still around?
Why are they still painting their faces?
Well, they're pandas.
Yeah, they're pandas. Yeah. Also, like, this also leads into the next match with Royce Keys, who they keep talking about him having history with all of these people.
Yep.
And I'm very much like, well, what is their history? Like, we got some of it on this show with Royce talking with Jacob Fatu, right?
Yeah.
But like, what about the rest of them? Because they keep hinting at having history with the rest of them, and they went very direct with Royce and Jacob's history of them, going way back on like the indies and knowing each other for that long. So what's the history with the rest of the family? Because the rest of the family wasn't on the indies during that time.
I think what it is because Jacob Fatu is technically, well, he for a long time was Bloodline adjacent.
Yeah.
And is now in Bloodline. So we have the adjacent guy whose friend is adjacent to the adjacent.
It's this Bloodline family tree is going to need 2 slides the next time The Rock breaks it out for a press conference.
Oh, dude, just wait till we find out that Kevin Bacon's part of the Bloodline.
I mean,
within 6 degrees, we're going to know he is.
I don't think we even have to go 6 degrees. Jesus Christ. Roman's done a couple of spots in acting, and I'm sure The Rock is like 2 degrees from Kevin Bacon at the most.
I was going to say, if we don't include The Rock, it's probably upwards of like 3. If you were to start at X-Men First Class, probably.
God. I don't, you know what? We're not going to get into it because we'll go way too deep onto it, because I'm sure he's connected to like every... God, the fuck is probably 6 degrees from Kevin Bacon at least.
We need an offshoot podcast, Alex, where we call it like Degrees of Bacon
with wrestlers. And
yeah,
God.
Oh my God, we interview people and we show them how many degrees away from bacon they are.
Oh, that'd be so much fun. What if we did that like on the street at like Comic-Cons and stuff?
That'd be awesome. Just go right up into the line and be like, hey, I just wanted to let you know you are 5 degrees away from bacon.
No, we have to go like through the line. We have to get up to like, Nathan Fillion, for example, and be like, hey, big dog, how many degrees from Kevin Bacon do you think you are? And we do it with them. We do it like that show where they go through like people's family history, and we reveal to them with like a little book.
Then he's going to find out it's 0 because he is Kevin Bacon. And
I think Kevin Bacon has done that bit already on TikTok.
Well, of course he has. Because of course, if you can't think of that bit, you have no reason to think of comedy ever, because comedy's dead then.
Yeah. God. Anyway, back to Royce Keys and the Bloodline because he's facing off against Jimmy Uso, and like, oh man, like
yeah.
It's Jimmy, for fuck's sake. Why does he need the win here? Like, why? Like, why did we have to go through so many steps and so much like extra booking to give Jimmy the win here? Like, why can't like Royce Keys just get the win? Like, they brought him in at the Rumble. They did a lot of work coming off that, hyping him up with like different little like, you know, podcast appearances, you know, talking about, you know, stuff with Stephanie McMahon, for fuck's sake. And then he disappeared for a while and they said nothing.
Yep.
And then they brought him in, and they haven't really let him do anything too cool yet.
Oh, but remember, Alex, he's completely proud of his career so far in WWE and thinks that he has been doing enough and has continued going upward.
I don't know. I did appreciate how Royce, Jimmy, and Jacob were all wearing primary colors, though.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
So you know who is who.
Yeah. It's like fresh out the Crayola box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this, sadly enough, Royce is being used in service of that ulterior like bloodline storyline that is somehow still alive, which is Fatu v Sikoa.
Yeah, the B plot.
Yeah, which would have and potentially could have been the A plot had they really focused on it.
I don't know.
You could still you could do something now where it's like Solo kind of learning from his ways and like trying to bring Jacob out of the bloodline and be like, bro, it ain't worth it.
I mean, maybe somebody needs to pull Paul Heyman aside and ask him what inning we're on now with this guy bloodline. Are we at 4 finally? We're at the bottom of the 4th yet? Please be closer to the 7th.
I'd like to be on the 9th.
I'd like to be on the 9th too, but I know that's not what it's going to be.
Oh, can like Solo just come out and shoot Roman and then it's like, that's it.
I mean, it's outlasted the entire Attitude Era, for fuck's sake.
I know how to end this. I know how to end this.
Okay.
Roman gets into a limo, okay?
Oh, God.
It blows up. It blows up.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 weeks later, he's back.
He's back. He's back with the blue contacts, and he's wearing the the vest again. He reverts to Big Dog Roman Reigns. He's like,
yes,
they were right the first time. I'm going to make it work now.
And he's super ultra babyface and has no memory of the Bloodline era.
Yeah. God.
He was reforged in fire.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Just do the Vince bit again.
Just do it. Just reheat the nachos again.
Yeah.
Let's get full member berries.
Who was it that blew Vince up?
No
was
idea.
it supposed to be Stone Cold?
I have no fucking clue. It doesn't matter because somebody actually died, and Vince was like, "Hey, I guess we can't kayfabe this."
Which is kind of surprising when you think about it, because I honestly, like, with how we think about Vince now, it makes total sense that he would have been like, "No, I'm still dead, everybody. You're all gonna have to do the eulogy without me. That will get scrubbed from TV forever."
Yeah, God, just a comedy of errors, like a Rube Goldberg of terrible things happened in the span of a few weeks there. Speaking of terrible things happening, we also had Jade Cargill versus Alexa Bliss, and just, I mean, they got there in the end, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It and like it feels like they just can't decide like who's supposed to be feuding with who in any of the women's division across both brands.
The only thing I can think of, Alex, is that this is in service to Jade getting her comeuppance from Charlotte.
Maybe it just,
someday.
it just feels like, hey, Rhea's injured and we don't know when she's going to be back, and we're not going to drop the belt. We're just not going to do it.
Hey, do you remember those days when like you would drop the belt if you were injured?
Yeah.
Or pregnant?
That too. Or, just if the storyline called for it.
Yeah. Like, oh, hey, you know what? I need like a 3-week vacation. Can I just act like I'm injured and I just drop the belt? So when I come back, I'm like, I didn't lose. I had to give it up.
Sometimes we would do a title change just to see if somebody had, the ability to hold the title and make it look good. Just to try it, just to see if it worked.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I also remember the days when you didn't go over 90 days between title matches.
Or just, a match.
Yeah. Senny. Just defend it.
Mm-hmm.
Or give it up.
Yeah. Speaking of title matches that don't actually have a title match involved, it's Trick Williams versus Mello. Non-title. Yep. Because Lil Yachty has presented Trick with his own version of the U.S. title looks like it's been left out, forgotten in a cupboard somewhere and grown mold.
No, you didn't know? That was actually the skin of a carcass that he found outside on Highway 85.
At least it was clean?
Sun-aged.
Yeah,
it was sun-aged.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah. It was dried out. It works. It's like when you go to the what was that thing? The 1800s town where you have to learn how to make soap and shit. You go into their little
the reenactment towns.
Goods. Yeah. And you go in their little shop on the way out to get back on the bus and go back to your elementary school, and you end up buying a rabbit fur.
Yeah. Why did we all do that?
I don't know, but everybody bought a rabbit fur and a flute and like I got a corncob pipe.
Yeah.
That shit's baller.
Yeah. Wouldn't recommend using it.
No, that was purely for looking at. I was surprised as a child they let me buy that. Like, what?
Probably because they know there's an important lesson at hand if you attempt to actually use it like a real pipe.
I just remember us getting all back on the bus and made like the whole way back to school. Just my pipe.
Yeah. The innocence of youth.
As I find my pipe.
Yeah.
God. Oh no.
Yeah. Anyway, this was a solid
no contest.
Yeah, but it was a solid affair up until that point. Up until we had the surprise return of Baron Corbin, the Nomad Baron Corbin. Now, just this felt so out of place of like a return, right?
It did. Yes, it did. It felt weird as hell. Like even WWE didn't know.
Like, let's do a return for somebody, but not make it a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Like, they got so like concerned of like, let's make it a surprise that he's returned to make it feel like, oh, he's just gonna be in the mid card now. Like,
if he's lucky.
Yeah, like he's not a big deal, guys. Don't worry.
This is as good as it's gonna get. Don't worry.
Oh God.
Now I'm happy for him. I think it's technically been a year or so.
I think maybe longer.
I remember us talking about him being released before.
Yeah.
I want to say that was last year. It could have been more though, to be honest with you. We've been doing this for a while. So
yeah, I mean, like, he's one of those guys that you've always just been able to be like, yeah, he's fine. Everybody really like appreciated, I think, his Bum Corbin run.
That's my favorite. Yep, that's my favorite.
Just because it was interesting. But I also understand the thought process of like, guys, I don't want to be walking around with this terrible hair and like scraggly beard, looking terrible, like picking up my kids at work after work and stuff. So like, I get cutting it, but still like. His last match was a dark match at SmackDown in October of 2024.
Really? So it's been almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow, a dark match. I didn't expect that. I figured it'd be a TV match.
Yeah, he was in a WWE Tag Title Contendership Gauntlet match with, who was he with? He was with Apollo Crews. That was in July of 2024. That was the last broadcast match he was on.
I vaguely remember none of us being surprised he was let go.
Yeah.
Because they weren't doing shit with him.
I mean, before that, he was tag teaming with Braun Breaker on NXT.
Yes.
That was before Braun was called up.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, they split the tag team, and then that basically fucked Corbin that because Braun was keeping him alive. So
anyway, we still have the final thing of the show this week for SmackDown, where it ends with Nick Aldis and a little face-to-face time with Gunther, telling him he is going to be teaming with Sami Zayn to take on Cody Rhodes and CM Punk at Saturday night's main event instead of getting the title match that he wants.
Yep.
What the fuck?
This is making rivals work together, because I feel like what they're leaning towards is that Sammy should be more pissed at Gunther for screwing him over by hurting Cody.
Right.
While also still obviously Cody and Punk both being rivals to him, but the more immediate one I think they want to do is him and Gunther, because he'll be like, you fuck me.
Yeah,
you fuck me hard.
It definitely feels like we're just going to get Sammy versus Gunther 3, 4?
Yep.
At SummerSlam.
Probably SummerSlam, yeah. Just before, one of the two.
Yeah, for what I'm assuming will be number one contenders match is what they're going to book it as. Or probably. At least I would hope they would book it as that. And instead we'll probably get a best of 3 match between the two of them until the next pay-per-view cycle comes around.
And then in which case they'll say that they'll become a number one contender, and then they'll never actually pull the trigger. So
Here's a real question. Do you think Punk retains not just post SummerSlam, but all the way to WrestleMania at Saudi?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do, because of it literally got to the point, Alex, where I would just watch highlights of SmackDown. That's how bad SmackDown was.
Yeah.
Whereas Raw, even though it would piss me off because of all the commercials and everything that would just cut into anything you were watching, it was still the superior product. And Punk was part of that, was the flag bearer essentially for Netflix, him and Seth.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to bring one of them over. And they don't want to pull the trigger, or they want to finally pull the trigger on Seth v. Roman, which probably won't be at the end of the rivalry. Let's be real.
No, well, it never fucking. It's not going to end until one or both of them have retired.
Yeah, whether retired from the ring or retired from life.
Either one.
Whatever happens first.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they needed one of the two. So they grabbed Punk, and they had to have remembered to some degree that there was a little grain of a starting point between Cody and Punk, with them two kind of button heads a couple years ago. So
every time they've come face to face, there's always been that little hint of between the two of them. One of them has always planted a seed. They're both so damn good at, being able to cut a promo that they know that hey, if I plant a seed here, maybe someday we'll be able to use something from it, and
it's nice because they actually care about the storylines and how they connect and all that. I wish creative did.
Yeah, it's almost like they care about their jobs and being good at it.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Yeah, but God, I'm so perplexed about so many things that it makes me concerned. I understand the mentality of moving Punk to SmackDown to liven up that show a bit more and make it more interesting and bring some star power to SmackDown, particularly because, you know, as we know, we're now back down. We lost an hour from SmackDown. So, you know, some things are going to get chopped. Like, you know, the whole, oh, hey, we debuted Blake Monroe and she's going to feud with Julia and Kiana James, that we've gotten no development on now because we lost an hour. So we can't tell that story anymore. Instead, we're going to spend more time on bloodline shenanigans.
I feel like they are in a spot right now to capitalize on the fact that they have had such a good run between Punk and Finn that you could develop an entire new ecosystem of storylines out of it and have SmackDown have something completely fresh going on in the men's division.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like between the handful of like legitimate stars that they have on SmackDown, if they put in the effort, they can build an actual show around.
Yeah. Punk being over there makes it more believable that Sami could take the belt off him.
Yeah, because let's face it, you know, Punk is obviously one of the biggest names that they have right now and has been for quite a while since he's returned to the company. But like he always puts that seed of doubt in everything he does because he's older now. Like his body could just betray him. It could happen.
One of the best matches of his reign over on Raw when he had the heavyweight belt was his back-to-back with Finn. Yeah.
And like that's saying something too, because like they did that at United Center. He had, you know, the bespoke entrance with AFI leading into it. He was rocking like the Ring of Honor style jacket and shit, like really aura farming all the way up to the start of the match, and they still made you believe.
Yeah. Even in Ireland, where Punk went full heel.
Oh god, so good.
Such a great match. Like, but those were two of his best matches were with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
During that reign. And you could feed families with those two facing off, man.
I did appreciate the little bit of a tease that we got in the backstage segment where Punk was being interviewed by Kathy, and he gets in the face of Johnny Gargano and Candice, just being to both of them like, what are you fucking doing? Like, go out there and do something. Stop whatever this is. Really just being like, okay, I mean, Johnny has been planking since January. Like, it's been half a year of this shit. And then he gets interrupted a little bit by Finn, who just says, hey, glad you're here, champ.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Like, let's run this through.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it.
Let's get in the kitchen and start cooking.
Seriously, I feel like there is some hope now for SmackDown with him being over there. The road to getting to this point, still at the end of the day, like we said in the beginning of the podcast, for me, I didn't like it. The road.
No.
It was very bumpy. It was a back road. Gravel.
Windy as shit. There's trees everywhere. There's debris all over the place. There's a bit of roadkill in the form of Sami Zayn's title run left in the wake of it. And it just, there was too many thoughts of how do we obscure what we're doing to get to this point in service of something that we actually wanted. You know, it's like, hey, how do we give people what they want, and how do we get there with as many steps as possible, instead of just being like, okay, how do we do this as effectively as possible?
I feel like, and again, like, people might be like, oh, well, you're IWC, so you're never going to be happy. But I feel like the easy play at the end of the day would have been to have Punk take the belt off Cody.
Yeah.
And
it was supremely done at the end of the day, just to get the Saudi pop for Sami winning the belt. That's it.
Yes.
That's the only reason I can see why they did this.
I feel like they could have long played this and have Sami hold the belt till SummerSlam and Cody take it off him at SummerSlam and give him some time with it. Then have Punk show up at SummerSlam and beat the holy hell out of Cody, go full heel, and have that road to Punk taking the belt off him.
It's so strange of a way to get to this point, especially considering that like the Oba isn't of it all too, because we had to work around him winning King of the Ring and apparently never getting that title match unless
No, it was forfeit now, apparently.
And why even have him win it to begin with? Like, why even enter him into it? Like, why even go on the side quest if we were going to do the Brock match anyway? Like,
right.
What was the point of wasting his and our time with the whole arc?
It doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like they're never thinking more than the week of.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
It's very annoying. I am also just annoyed with the short-term memory of these fucks in the comments section about CM Punk being like, oh, he's become exactly what he said he was going to be. He's a part-timer and blah, blah. Like, are you just watching the clips of these shows? His character has always been a hypocrite. His story hasn't been, the actual voice of the voiceless. It's been a two-faced piece of for the most part of his career, where he has just been jealous of other people and talking down to them about saying, no, I should be in that spot, not you, because I deserve it more because I'm CM Punk. That's been his character this entire time.
Oh yeah, no, he's the guy that has bought his own bull.
Yeah. Like,
that's how it's been forever. Like, that's
one
of the best parts of his
music.
Yeah. Like, one of his best runs was during his heel phase back in old WWE.
Yeah.
Because he bought his so hard.
He started a cult in kayfabe of his like where I understand, there are a lot of younger fans these days that, don't know the history and they just, watch like the YouTube, like top 10 on like WWE's YouTube page, and they don't actually know what happened. And that's fine. But you can't do this and not know the actual history.
Oh yeah, no, like, we fully know who Punk is, and we're marks for Punk still.
Yes,
like,
because it's entertaining, it's engaging,
it's fun as fuck. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, like,
and he was that way in AEW as well.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody that he feuded with in AEW was telling the same story about how you are a snake, you are a poison, you are a piece of shit. Like, that was the kayfabe story, and the truth of it may be or may not, who knows, but like, come on.
Oh yeah, no, but at the end of the day, though, we have to be real. Punk did not choose to be the one to take the belt off of Sami.
No.
He just merely got asked to do it and said okay.
And
Aldis is to blame for this now at this point.
In kayfabe, yes.
Storyline wise, yes. Like, it's now his fault. I don't know why people are mad at Punk online. They should be mad at Aldis.
I mean, if
Punk
we
just said okay.
Yeah, like, if we go through the chain of events here, okay, so CM Punk gets a title shot because Sami is facing Cody in a rematch on Raw because he won it, and it was set up by Adam Pearce, who's filling in for Nick Aldis, who got suspended the week before for getting in the face of Gunther and touching hands with each other. So it does all tie back to Nick Aldis in the kayfabe chain of events, who was also in kayfabe talking to CM Punk while he had time off to bring him over to SmackDown. Yep.
This is all his fault.
It's all his fault.
I think we need to go back to the Attitude Era days for an idea here, and we need to crucify him at the top of the ramp.
I have seen a lot of people calling for the Nick Aldis Gunther match.
I've been seeing that too.
Yeah. I'm like, go back and watch some Magnus matches. Go back and watch some of his older stuff. I mean, he had some decent moments at with NWA. TNA left a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
You know?
But with how like of a historical style heel Gunther is, it could be a ton of fun.
Oh, it could be a ton of fun. Yeah, I mean, he's been busting out of that soup since he got the job at SmackDown. So let's see what he's got under there.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm. All right. Luckily, there wasn't just title changes on WWE, Derek. We got some AEW stuff to talk about. And oh boy, starting off hot, and it's
Alex,
real fucking hot.
this entire show, so hard.
Yeah.
It was the equivalent of getting butt stabbed by a broken chair.
Dude, beach break does not disappoint. We're in Clearwater, Florida. It feels like it's 110 degrees outside. The sun's still up when the show starts. And starting off hot with, I can't believe I'm saying this, Tommaso Ciampa facing off against Chris Jericho in a class match. Right off the fun. Yeah, right off the bat, I love the bit with Tommaso Ciampa like waving off his music so he can hide on the stage and surprise Chris Jericho fully on camera. Like there isn't a camera backstage, you know, in what they call it dusty position in AEW. Like there isn't a monitor backstage that he could be watching this on. Instead, Chris Jericho comes from the crowd to sneak attack Tommaso Ciampa. I love it.
It was so good, especially because like Tommaso is like a cat there thinking he's hiding, and he's like doing his little stippy steps.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, Chris Jericho sees you on the fucking camera back there. He's watching you right now.
I loved it so much. I also loved Tommaso Ciampa at the beginning of this doing the early setup for a spot later on in the match where he reaches down and touches and shows everybody, oh, it's real sand on the stage. Yeah. Oh god. And right off the bat, they're using everything at their disposal, like, you know, getting tossed through the plastic chair on the stage, using
broke it immediately, first throw.
I know. I loved it.
The leg broke, and then Jericho slams Ciampa down on the broken one, and it stabs him in the end.
Yeah, I think that's what made the decision to be called very early on for him to hit the fairy tale ending on the steel stairs on Chris Jericho. Be like, we're getting the blood early now because we've kind of raised the stakes a little soon on this.
Oh my god, I was like, how are you wrestling? Because I've been like, I'm done. I just got penetrated by a broken chair.
Yeah. God. Oh, God. There were so many wonderful moments from Tommaso Ciampa and Jericho just giving it their all, like taking all the shortcuts, doing the avalanche air raid crash, the code breaker out of nowhere with the bucket of sand to send the sand flying through the air.
That was a good spot.
Wonderful. Yeah.
I love that Jericho, dedicated to the bit, doesn't close his eyes, gets the sand in his eyes.
Yeah, God, I love the fucking Excalibur. I mean, like he didn't pull that sand from his pocket. No, that was just real sand.
This is real sand.
Yeah, God, the repeated running knee strikes to set up the fucking finish.
Ciampa going for the walls of Jericho, and just not really being able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Can't flip Jericho over.
This
great spot.
Yeah, this is one of the few times where I've seen like a Chris Jericho match where I'm like, yo, you could end it here, but I wouldn't actually be upset if you ran it back again.
Yeah, no, I feel like this one, it leaves it open, very much so.
Yeah,
they both played extremely dirty. And neither really seemed happy at the end, even with Ciampa defeating Jericho. Like,
dude, I'm a bit concerned because Ciampa grabbed a fucking grill at the end of this and was threatening to just, I don't know what, to Chris Jericho. Like, I don't know where he's going to attack him with a goddamn grill, but it's not good. And then him paying it off with the inflatable, like little like donut thing or whatever he grabbed and just tearing it apart and spinning it around. Like,
Oh God, that was so good. Okay, so he grabs the drill, he's spinning it to show everybody it's real.
Yeah.
And he goes to hit Jericho with it, and all of the refs and all these other people come out to stop him.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for it to happen. So I'm like thinking like, oh shit, he's gonna do a slow bit, like a slow Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't. Then he grabs the the
tube
inflatable
thing.
weenie thing, that you put around your waist, and jams it into it, just starts spinning it in the air. I heard gasps.
Yeah.
When it looked like he was gonna get Jericho with the drill.
I know. I am so worried that is a setup to a spot down the road. Because
it definitely was. Let's be real.
It definitely was. And like, I am terrified of the outcome of that because that seems legit dangerous.
Lobotomy match.
Oh.
And then we get a lobotomized Jericho.
Oh my God. And he reverts to like old school Y2J. He starts doing the top knot again.
Yes. He thinks it's like 2000. He thinks it's 2000, 2001.
Mm-hmm. He does the dawn of the millennium way too early.
I would fuck that. Oh my God. I would die. And then Ciampa just goes around and lobotomizing everybody. Yeah.
God, I do love that right from the get-go of this show, we're in this amphitheater, we're outdoors, and we're already showing like what we can do in this, unique environment,
Yeah. Look, they got to give AEW credit production end because they used the lighting of the sun effectively.
Yeah.
And they switched around whenever it would be about to block a camera. Like they did really well just with natural lighting.
Also, I love the touch from the production team of changing the graphics as like the sun went down.
Yeah.
Like it was like a bright orange at the beginning of the show with like the AEW Dynamite stuff that was like the default on like all of the screens. And then by the end of it, it's got a darker background that I'm like, that's a nice little touch. I'm going to give you credit on that. That was nice.
It was good.
But also just the environment felt wonderful,
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't doubt for the people sitting there in the beginning. They're like, fuck, son, please go away.
Oh, yeah. I heard.
But they're all Floridians, so they've got to be used to it.
No, dude, it's still hot out. It's still hot and muggy and disgusting out. You hate it. I saw a lot of comments from people being like, I was sweating from places I didn't know I could sweat from.
Yeah, I could see that. Florida just really sucks everything out of you.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
Yeah. Especially the Norway team and Miami over the weekend. And
yeah,
sad state of affairs that was, unfortunately.
But we did have something though, Alex, that was good enough to make us forget about the Florida Heat.
What was that there?
And that was watching the Brawling Birds just beat the holy living out of some dudes.
Yeah, that was great. I loved the idea of like they have a themed bar where they just beat up dudes because it says the Brawling Birds on the fucking side. Like, I don't know if they brought that with them, if that was already there and that's where they decided they were going to hang out and have some beers, but it was just a wonderful fucking touch of just like, oh, I missed this. You know what? So did I.
It was so good. Like, I didn't understand what was happening at first. I was like, wait, are they like opening up a restaurant or something? Because I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to pay to go get my ass kicked by them, sure. Why not?
Like, we know this is a thing. This is a bar. This is a theme of a bar that exists. I have seen videos online where there are dudes in Japan that go to a bar, buy drinks from very muscular women who then slap the shit out of them.
Yo.
This is not an invention that they made. This is something that already exists.
Okay. All right. Comment down below if we should have a night off in Japan.
My girlfriend
purely
and I
for research.
Yeah, we were talking this morning about she wants to do an international trip soon.
Hey, all right. We will see the Ugandan soft floor wrestling. And then we'll go to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll ask what's his face from NJPW why he has not returned my email.
I think that's Red Shoes whole thing. And I think he was a little bit busy setting up the G1.
That's where I want to be.
I know. It's currently happening.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
In our backyard.
In Chicago.
Mm-hmm. God. Speaking of the G1, we've got one of the competitors of the G1 facing off Kyle Fletcher, International Championship match, Konosuke Takeshita and old Protostar, little toxic Yowie, have been right in front of our eyes here. Two boys that are beating the piss out of each other when they should really just kiss.
There was a couple of moments where I'm like, are they about to kiss? Because they kept locking foreheads.
I mean, Fletcher's little briefs, they got hiked up pretty tight in that wedgie by the end of it.
I think that was on purpose because he both had it done to him and also refused to fix it.
Yeah, well, he's been doing his squats. He has not skipped those days. He works on them glutes.
He was like, "Y'all get a sneak peek of these cheeks. You get one.
You get one."
This is a great match, though.
Oh yeah.
I knew these two were going to put on a banger. Don't get me wrong. Like, I knew that part was going to happen because these two consistently put on bangers, and I've been wanting to see these two unload on each other.
Yeah.
Like heated rivalry style. What I did not expect, though, Alex, was for Kyle Fletcher to be able to overcome Japanese Superman.
Well, so I feel like this was a booking decision out of necessity because they needed a reason for Konosuke Takeshita to not be around, but not write him off TV with an injury because he's going to be in the G1.
Yes. No, you're right. I didn't think about that at the time.
Me either. I was actually kind of like hopeful that like Takeshita would win and keep his momentum.
I did too.
Yeah.
Like it did kind of seem that way in the first half of this match, but by the second half of this match, it was starting to become clear that Kyle just had more gas in the tank.
I mean, that sheer drop brain buster on the turnbuckle was nasty as shit.
Dude.
It just was
fucking amazing. Just amazing looking.
God, just I want to say I think my favorite moment of this match was actually when Takeshita was going for the top rope and Kyle Fletcher did that flying kick to him.
Yeah.
With those long ass dancer's legs he's got and still was able to reach him when he was that high up.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. The boy can jump, man.
He's got legs. Like, give him Stacy Keibler's music now. He's got legs. Knows how to. Sorry. But overall, Fletcher, after a hard fought match, gets the win. And then we get like an unexpected, we get a commercial break. We come back and like all the Don Callis family is there celebrating. And he's being interviewed by Mick Foley, rocking like pure dog dad vibes with his dogs on his shirt, on his other shirt, on his pants, and both of his shoes. And just being like, Mick, don't give me this hope. Don't give me this hope with saying that you can get back in the ring and go one more time. Because that's what this was. Like, he threatened to put one of his boots with one of his dogs up Don Callis's, keister here.
I know, and Don Callis was actually afraid.
He should be. It's Mick Foley. He's, unkillable.
Oh, God. Yes, but it also was a spot to show more cracks in the Don Callis family.
Yes, because Kevin Knight cut a promo immediately after this to once again remind Don Callis that he promised him another bit of gold so he can be Knight 2 belts.
Yep.
Or Kevin 2 belts or whatever he's going to be. Doesn't matter. They are interrupted by one Andrade El Idolo wearing the most layers I've ever seen anyone in Florida wear. My God. Dude. I know. There's so much drip sweating off this man because he has insisted to wear a massive overcoat in Florida, outdoors, in like 98 degrees.
TM.
TM. No, I think they broke up. Nobody cares about them anymore.
Oh, did they break up?
Yeah, because the one that everyone knows his name is like a host of some reality show now.
Oh, well, I mean, they were never anything without Jessica Simpson anyways, so.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the Don Callis family is nothing without Andrade, who hits his catchphrase and runs away from the Don Callis family trying to give chase, only to be interrupted by a Darby Allin with his skateboard so he can jump them. And Kevin Knight's like, no, don't grab the backpack, grab the skateboard because it's safe. And obviously the backpack is booby trapped, only for the skateboard to explode in Brian Cage's face and them to turn around Looney Tunes style and be like, it was him. And Andrade's holding a comically sized remote and he hits them with the how you know. Just, yes. Just,
I love this.
Full Wile E. Coyote cartoon action here. Jesus Christ.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Like, it was so wild. The explosion caught me off guard again.
Oh, yeah.
So I was expecting an explosion. Don't get me wrong. But I was not expecting it from the skateboard.
No, not at all.
Oh my God. But hey, Darby and Andrade, nice team up. It's been fun, this short little bit we've had so far.
Yeah, like they're not an official team yet, but like I fully expect them to like have a tag match in the future because why not?
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Great. Also, it feels like Darby has embraced the conglomeration aspect of like, no, now you get a backpack. That's just the rules.
Yep, everybody gets a Jansport now.
Everybody gets a Jansport. Oh, God. Following that, we had a bit of, well, why the hell not? Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley facing off against the Workhorsemen. Just, okay.
Yeah.
We're getting our Workhorsemen. They've been on like ROH for a little bit too long. Let's have them do a spot on a little Dynamite action in what was surprisingly a prolonged squash.
Yeah, I was surprised at how long this match went on for. Like, it was very clear who was winning this.
Like from the get-go, yeah. I feel like this was just like, let's give them a little bit of a time to shine. Let's have like JD Drake do some sick, nasty chops to us.
It was a good time. Like, again, a squash, but I think this is all in service to put forward the idea, like, still, that is Ospreay actually going to be like full on Death Rider and start taking part in the entrance and exits, or is he on his own still?
Yeah, I think you're 100% correct on that. It was to show off like how good of a chemistry he has with Mox, in the ring, and also like let's do something surprising with an insane styles clash to JD Drake.
Yeah,
and just be fucking nasty with it. Let's do some cool combo action between Mox and Ospreay, and just like if anything, maybe they get like a fun little tag run at some point. Who knows? Obviously, at some point, we are going to get the Mox versus Will Ospreay, final like resolution match between the two of them when they betray each other at some point. Obviously, so like let's just have fun in between time. Let's build up the steps here of like them knowing each other, super well, and let's give them like the history of like learning from each other too.
Well, I feel like part of it's also to lay the groundwork with the idea that this isn't just to help each other. It's also to literally learn your opponent so that when you do inevitably end up in the ring, you already know like all their movesets.
Yeah. All right.
And you can counter everything.
Exactly. And then what, could have gone a different direction if we didn't have, Mercedes Moné is going to be here for this match, but she's sitting in the lifeguard tower the entire time. And Tekla is going to be on commentary for a women's Casino Gauntlet match for a world title shot at Redemption. Okay.
Yeah. Whew, buddy.
Yeah.
There's many turns this could have taken throughout the match. I'm sorry. I'm struggling on how to explain Tekla's commentary.
Well, we get the usual like dumb bitches, action.
A lot of dumb bitches.
A lot of that. I'm expecting that someone gave her a prop drink in the back, and then on her way to the ring, she just had her own flask where she filled it up with real booze. Because the mention of like, oh, the last time I was in a casino, I won 10 grand and had a stripper on my lap was surprising. Yep. But then following up later with, oh, hey, Mina Shirakawa's here. I wish we were friends. It's like wrestling a blow-up doll. I want a motorboater.
Yeah, and then Mina on social media after the fact saying that she now knows what the term motorboating means, thanks to Tekla, which is surprising because you would think maybe, well, I guess Tony wouldn't have called it motorboating.
No, she would have something else and some other like pun name in mind for it.
Yeah, it would have been like puppy kissing or something.
Yeah. God.
But you would think she would already know what motorboating is.
Yeah. This was so silly. It was wonderful. Underscored by the fact that, surprise, surprise, Willow Nightingale's here. And she's going to take the win and get a title shot against Tekla at Redemption. Which, okay. All right. We know Mercedes has the shot at All In. Do we get it versus Willow or Tekla? Is what remains to be seen.
So here's my thing. I feel like Willow is back, and this is all in service for Tekla to beat Willow to more solidify her reign before the match with Mercedes.
Like, that's the thing that I'm a bit perplexed about, because like it's Willow. She's been out for 2 months. They just crowned a replacement for the title that she relinquished because she was going to be out. Like, it feels, I don't know, a bit strange, right?
It is. It is. I thought it was weird because up until the point where Willow showed up, I thought this was Maya World's victory to be had.
Me, personally, I'm always going to fight for an Athena win.
Which I get.
Yeah.
I get. I think the chance of her winning seemed more so in my mind the moment Willow stepped out for a second, because she was like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Because the camera zoomed in on Athena in that moment. But yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like, I think it could be easily argued this was Athena's to win or Maya's to win.
I mean, they could always throw
any of them really, but
yeah. I mean, Sky Blue's been putting in the work recently. Really putting in a lot of fucking effort. Rena would be a surprise because, she's not an AEW, full-time contract star. Always possible. Thunder Rosa is, somebody that they always keep in the back pocket for, if they want to throw just a surprise contender out there. It could go any way. But then, like, the third story out of this match is, Mercedes has teamed up with Lena Cross and Megan Bayne. And they're just going to... I love this idea of her being set up with a pair of them just for the size difference.
Yeah.
She looks so small compared to the two giantesses.
Seriously. And it's surprising because, like, Megan Bayne is the bigger of the two.
Right? It's crazy.
Like there's a degree in height that you can watch.
It's a scale right there. Jesus.
I did like that commentary was willing to lean into the idea that what if Sky won, or what if what's her face won, and
Julia Hart, and they would face off against Tekla, and Tekla's like, yeah, I'd be all for it. I'd love my girls. I'd love to have them to have a shot.
Yeah, it was nice because she's like, as long as the belt stays in the triangle, like that's all that matters.
Yeah. And she's very confident that she could beat both of them.
Oh
obviously.
yeah, duh. But how cool of an upset would it be to have like Chicago's own Sky Blue take the belt off her?
Oh, maybe someday. Maybe someday. She's a young kid. She's got a long career ahead of her still.
Yeah. But I mean, there are some who might not have so much longer left on their career, Alex.
Wait, before we get there, we had a video package for a story that I didn't realize was going to be an actual story because if you've been paying attention to the dirt sheets, there was a lot of hullabaloo about a certain Jungle Jack Perry not re-signing his contract with AEW.
Who might have leaned into that a bit too.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah. So they decided to make it a whole thing and film a video package announcing that Jack has re-signed with AEW. And I am shocked that this is like the first instance that we got to see Luchasaurus just talking normally.
Literally just talking normally. Yes, that was my favorite part of this whole thing.
I was just like, wait, what? Why
promised his dad that I would take care of him as he was coming up, and now 10 years later, look at him. And I was like I'm sitting there, I'm like, a fucking dinosaur is talking at my TV. Why is no one caring about this more?
I don't nobody cares about it, just like nobody cares that the Street Profits dropped the tag titles to the division. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm happy that he signed. I'm assuming they decided to lean into the fans talking about it.
Yeah.
And say, you know what, we'll just hold off on this whole thing until we get a video package together.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a whole like bit that they probably had to themselves. Like, this would be funny to us and nobody else type of deal. But hey, you know what? It's Jack. He's still a real young guy. Obviously, everybody at AEW like wants to keep him around. They see a bright future for him, and you know, there's been glimmers of hope for him, I would say, of like really figuring it out. And I see the potential is there. I just don't know when he's going to tap into it.
Well, I feel like his character is one of those few that like is actually growing up in the wrestling world, whereas like you usually switch gimmicks.
Yeah. And he did. And then he went back.
It was more like, you know, the Jungle Boy had to find himself to become the Jungle Man.
Yeah, it was a side quest of like figuring himself out.
Yeah.
Yeah. One little
I'm liking where we're at. Yeah, I'm liking where this is at. I feel like this is a character that could stand on its own. And maybe the ultimate, like, I've fully grown up and I have to come out on my own is he has to do in his best friend Dinosaur.
No, we're not going down that road. He brought him back to life, Derek, with mysterious horror science.
And now we must put him back into the ground.
Dear God.
We don't have enough oil, Alex.
He's 65 million years old, Derek. He's just a kid.
He's just a kid. He has so much time left.
Yeah.
There's a whole life to live.
Yeah. But as you alluded to earlier, some people don't have as much time left, you know, in front of them. We've got AEW Men's World Championship match. MJF facing off one Kenneth Jerome Omega, who, if he loses, can never challenge for the AEW World title again. And we're going old school with this one. We've got old school intro for Kenny, revealing that he is not fighting out of North Carolina anymore. He now resides in Orlando.
Yep.
We got MJF rocking the Bam Bam Bigelow colors, you know, old school style. And hey, guess what? Crowd's red hot for this. And so are these boys wrestling in this heat because they are pouring sweat from like minute one in this. And they are going to give it their all. And Jesus Christ, I was both surprised and happy with this match. I shouldn't be, but I still was. Like, I was prepared. I thought I was prepared for this. And still, these boys just raised it to the next fucking level. Yeah, no, MJF is what he says he is. He is a generational talent. And Kenny Omega's still the guy. Go.
Yeah. Wild match. MJF hurt his knee pretty early on in this match. And didn't care. He does a pile driver onto a steel chair.
Yeah.
And you see his knees land.
Yeah.
And then he buckles and falls to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a real pain.
Yeah. God, they used everything. They used everything that they had at their disposal within the confines of this being a wrestling match, and still didn't like go over excess. Like, we had brawling all over the place. Didn't use too much of it. We had a steel chair, a tease of, a lot of different weapons without it being too much. We had the fantastic teases of finishers and getting out and reversing out of them without it being too much. We had a bygone Kenny Omega tease of a heel turn.
Yep.
And we had the setup to this of, like, last time Kenny was champ, he had to dig into the dirtiest bag of tricks, Don Callis, in order to capture the title. And we got the tease of Kenny not being able to get the job done as, pure babyface Kenny Omega. And then only for him to revert to, no, I'm Kenny by God Omega. I'm going to do this the right way. We got the setup of MJF grabbing the title belt, getting, shooed away by the ref, preventing to do it, only to set up, oh no, I've got the Dynamite Diamond Ring. And Will Ospreay makes the save to prevent him from using it, only for it to then set up an MJF low blow, title shot to the face. He's going to retain with his dirty tricks. No, Kenny Omega kicks out at 1.
At 1.
There are times...
Fucking immediately.
Nobody does the kick out at 1 better than Kenny Omega. Nobody else should do it.
It's up to his knees. MJF can't... He's just like, what?
We got
Terrified.
Everyone's reaction in this being perfect. We got Kenny hulking out. We got MJF shaking his face so much that he gets the jowls shaking. And we get the realization from Will Ospreay being like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm in trouble, aren't I? Because the god of wrestling has spoken. Hits the one-wing angel after some brutal looking E-triggers to put
Especially
this to rest. Yeah, that last one.
Yeah.
Was nasty as fuck.
I thought that connected fully. I was like, oh, he might have knocked his ass out.
Jesus Christ. This was perfect.
This was a perfect match. Yeah, this was perfect. Even with Ospreay coming out, technically, so there was technically shenanigans.
Yeah, he prevented the shenanigans, technically.
Yeah, he was more of a preventer than an enabler.
Yeah. Oh my God, we skipped over the table spot where Kenny hits that flying kick, and MJF does a perfect header into the announce table.
Yeah, dude, holy shit. Flying.
Dude, I loved it. God, the moonsault off the lifeguard table. Or chair.
Oh, so good. So fucking good. I just... it just makes me remember that we won't have Kenny for that much longer.
Look, all he said is, I've got more road behind me than ahead of me. Okay?
No,
that doesn't mean there's a timeline on it. The man fought off diverticulitis. He lost 27 inches of his intestine. Yes, I've increased the number. I'm going to keep doing that. Because
127.
Yeah, you got to keep up the gimmick. And like, he put in together the perfect parallel from his first title run as a heel. He won it at Winter Is Coming with all the shenanigans, and this time he wins it as a face at Beach Break, the opposite season, as a face. Just clean as a whistle.
I'm excited for this because Best Bout Machine is back.
Yes.
We're gonna get a crazy run from Kenny now.
I know. And the next stop, I mean, sure, we've got Redemption, but the next major stop is All In.
Yeah.
It's Ospreay. It's Kenny. Let's fucking go.
My wonder is Will Ospreay be strapped up by then?
What do you mean? Is he gonna walk away? Like, is he gonna beat Kenny at All In? Like, is that the way that we go right now?
It could
be. It could be, but they really put the question mark on there by having like Kenny go out there and be like, "Hey, go have an all-timer with MJF on TV right now."
It really was, though. It really was. But it has me excited for what's coming, because someone like Ospreay is also at the top of their game.
Yeah.
We're gonna get an Okada match. Like, that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, we might even get a Takeshita match.
We could get a Takeshita match. We could have a Kyle Fletcher challenge in there. We could have, any number of people, throw their weight around and decide, I want to grab it there. We could have a Moxley, just decide, hey, Kenny, I want to bite at the apple first.
That would be, dude, have Mox go and try and take it off him at Redemption, and that's what splits him and Ospreay up.
Yeah, right.
Because Ospreay's like, fuck you, I had him at All In. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Tony, you are insane, and I love you for it, because your first thought is, let's put bangers out. It doesn't have to be only on pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And let's shake it up and make you remember that titles are not, like, the title holder is not invincible.
No.
Like,
not even
regular
MJF.
Yeah, regular Wednesday show, and boom, title change.
Yeah.
Boom, 2 title changes.
Let's not forget that, like, All In is perfectly timed with a couple of notable names being free agents. So we could see even more surprises, day of or leading up to.
We could see an Irishman potentially show up.
We could see an Irishman. We could see a pair of a brand new day, so to speak.
Oh, yeah, we could. We could see something that's more of like a brand new style day. You're right.
Yeah. We could also see some form of a Sky Pirate, perhaps, make a surprise appearance.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would also want to finish that storyline that we never got to finish, so we need someone else to come over.
Yeah. She's currently overseas playing with her new pup. I saw adorable fucking photo where she had it like a baby Bjorn.
I did too. Yeah.
So fucking great. Also happening this week on Collision, the return of Hangman Page.
Yo.
Opened up the show. Little lower thirds announcing he recently had a vasectomy and showing off his new haircut. Just a bit of a trim, keeping it nice and neat. Came out to sort of reset the board, so to speak. He goes, I can't challenge for, the AEW, men's world championship anymore. That doesn't mean I, don't have to go over any gold. There's still the TNT championship. There's the international championship. There's the national championship. There's all sorts of people I could challenge for still in this company. I've got a pretty bright future ahead of me. Just gonna decide where I want to go. And notably, as was pointed out after the fact, wearing the same clothes he was wearing when they did the first press conference for AEW.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so feels very much like, so this is, I've seen this take of it being like old school Western. Like, he's the gunslinger who, put up his, holster, hanged it up. He's no longer going to be, dueling no more. Only for, some sort of ne'er-do-well to show up at his doorstep someday and force him back into the game.
Yeah, like, you could go modern-ish with it, like someone, I don't know, killed his dog or something.
Yeah. Burned down this house.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, no, there's a ton of contenders that he could go up against. There's a ton of belts to go after. But one of them's being held right now by a former friend of his that he could go after.
He did drop, he did name drop Kevin Knight as well as being like, he specifically as like a former tag partner of his.
There we go. And then with Speedball's promo spot from Dynamite, like he wanted a match against Mark Davis and his belt. So
yeah, and by the way, main event of Collision, absolute highlight. Those two went to pound on each other. It was awesome.
Did they destroy each other?
They destroyed quite a bit. I will say, Mark Davis, I did not expect you to do a pile driver on the announce table to Mike Bailey just in the middle of the match. Yeah, I thought he was dead. There was a vertebraker where I thought Speedball got dropped directly on his head and was dead.
They just begin at Bernie's the rest of the match.
It was great. Oh, God. There was some other great stuff on the show. Opened up real strong with a Bandito Shibata match for the ROH World title. Real fucking strong shit, dude. Good shit. I mean, Collision remains for the that goes. It just is.
Yeah.
You turn on Collision for just some class wrestling, and you get some little stuff here and there to move some stories forward. You know, like Hangman Adam Page, like the AEW National Championship match to set up, the Andrade stuff and things like that. Also, Mox, what the fuck are you doing? We have an 8-man tag team match. Death Riders taking on Top Flight with Commander, who has finally gotten his visa freed to work in the United States again, and AR Fox. We get your usual party match. After the match, Mox grabs the microphone and just starts bashing all high flyers. Very much just like putting that seed in there of like, okay, I guess you could kind of convince me that, no, Ospreay's a bit of a hybrid. He's a bit of a high flyer. Are we setting the stage early? Is that what's happening here? We're putting the seeds down, son?
It does seem like that.
Really setting the stage for Mox to go full heel again. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe though, this will cause like a rift in the Death Riders. Be like, who's Team Ospreay and who's Team Mox?
I mean, Mox has got like, the cult of personality thing going, sort of, with the whole Death Riders. I don't see anybody betraying Mox other than like a Wheeler Yuta if they were going full heel. Like if somehow Ospreay and Wheeler were going to turn heel on the Death Riders, I could see it being that way, but I don't see it shaking out that way.
Yeah, I know before we had talked about like Castagnoli or Pac back before, but Mox hasn't really gone full face like we thought he might have at the time. So like this kind of hybrid back and forth has worked really well. Yeah.
But also there was a fantastic, and this is a fantastic video package from the Bang Bang Gang, where they are at a I think it's a humane society. I can't remember the exact name, talking about dogs being put up for adoption, and they were named after the dogs. So there was a Clark and a Finley dog, and they were pushing for these dogs to be adopted because otherwise they were going to kill the dogs. But they are legitimately real dogs that are up for adoption, and they were actually trying to get them adopted, the dogs that they were advertising on TV. It's so fucking good.
That's so evil and good and just meta. I love it.
Yeah. There was also a thing with talking about like the dogs, Clark Connors and David and Finley. And I swear I saw them pantomime somebody shitting on the ground and them using a pooper scooper and bagging it so that way they could save it to hit Finley or Clark with it.
That is fucking funny. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
It's very so silly. Capping it off though was definitely the conglomeration coming out middle of the show to hype up Willow and her title shot at Redemption. pure babyface Willow energy in this. Like, it's just perfect.
Hell yeah.
You know, it could go either way. I'm not gonna be upset about it. Totally fair.
Oh hell yeah, though.
Mm-hmm.
Were they all wearing their backpacks or JanSports?
Yeah, and Will debuted her new JanSport, and it's got these like fun like rainbow pastel colors.
Yo, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's very great. It's so fucking cute. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really happening. Oh yeah, tangentially related to wrestling. Power Slap happened, and Jake Hager, formerly known as the guy who likes that hat, had, I don't know what they call it, his match in Power Slap. Anyway, we get, the obvious like intro, and down the barrel of the lens, he decides to start his night with saying, "F- Tony Khan," fuck the guy for giving him a job and, paying him, and, just deciding one day, I'm not going to renew this contract. Sorry. Gets his rocked and gets knocked the out hardcore by I'm sorry, I'm gonna blank on his name, a former TNA wrestler.
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't seen it, because the clip was circulating so fast after it happened. In the crowd, one Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews, who had a very honest reaction to the events.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's real fucking surprising. It's great.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Good shit. Good fucking shit. Dude got rocked so fucking hard. It's insane.
Did he get rocked as hard as Lindsey Graham did?
Yeah, Lindsey Graham's up with, or down with his ladybugs now. I heard him being interviewed just recently about how he was going to go check in on Mitch McConnell. I didn't know he was going to go and see him face to face.
Yeah, that was surprising. I keep telling people about composting. You gotta compost your fruits in McConnell's.
Yep.
It's the only way. I mean, it's nice, healthy nutrients, gets right back into the soil for your future fruits in McConnell's. Sorry, your Lindsay's and McConnell's.
Yeah, your Grahams. It's been a bad week for people named Graham.
Yeah. Oh my god. I can't wait for him to be replaced with an appointed person from the governor.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm sure.
I know who that is.
I'm sure we're gonna know very quickly, and they will have the same stance on I cannot abide by this behavior, only to immediately cave 48 hours later.
Yeah, you know how like there's fence sitters? There's fence post sitters too, who can take the whole post like Lindsey Graham did.
And hop on either side whenever it suits them.
Yeah. Well, when you're on the post, Alex, you just gotta lean.
Yeah. I know. I'm sure they're doing a 10 bell salute for Lindsey Graham over at the Grindr headquarters right now.
Yeah, the 10 Southern Bell salute.
That was good. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us this week, as we leave a moment of silence for just one of the worst people, one of the worst Warhawks we've ever seen. Man never met a war that he didn't want to support.
Yeah, we'll leave the last 20 seconds of this video as the moment of silence.
Yeah. Can we just put a loop of Jake Hager getting his shit rocked, like a 2 sec, like just like the frames like immediately before and him being hit and immediately after, just over and over again, like the old school boomerangs. Yes. in his memory.
Yes.
Yeah.
In honor.
We'll see you next week. Until then, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, do the engagement, hit all the buttons. We really appreciate it. Hit the links in the description below for our Discord, our merch store, our subreddit, all the fun places you can find us online at nightoff pod everywhere. Only thing left to do, Derek, is say, by God, Kenny Omega's AEW World Champion again, and all's right in the world.
My God, Kenny Omega's a world champion and all is right again in the world. While Lindsey Graham looks up at all of us wondering, why are we so happy?
I mean, he should know.
Buenas noches, night shift.
He should
Well,
know.
he does.
Yeah, he knows.
Does.
He knows. He don't care. He's dead.
He don't care. Piece of shit.
Ah, ladybugs.